Hi, John Asen, Director of Instruction down here at 3D Golf Performance, and I'm here to introduce to you today the series of Stop Slicing Now videos. These online videos are going to take you through a organized plan that will hopefully help you along with your practice and training in the supervised practice sessions and the sessions that you will do on your own to hopefully learn some new habits and build on a powerful, repeatable golf swing and produce a drawing pattern for ball flight. A draw pattern is basically a shot for right-handers that's going to curve in the air from their right to left. So I'm going to explain that by showing you on a video here exactly what it is, that the end goal to control the ball, you must have an idea of the curve you're going to put on it. So I've just hit a shot up the right-hand side of my line. And every time I hit a golf shot, I'm expecting to have the ball curve from right to left. And the first idea that you have to understand is that the club path must be inside out. That is, approaching the ball, this red line, from the inside of the target line or the horizontal plane line that's here, the white line. It must be inside out. That's this first number, club path, and I'm 5.4 inside out. The club face must be closing to the path, which means it must be smaller than the path number. In this case, it's 3.4 open to the target, which means it is exactly 2 degrees closed to the path. It happened to produce 353 RPMs of draw spin. This is how you create a good, repeatable ball flight pattern. And it's the one that you all want to have. Now let me start by saying there are no videos, there are no books. There's lots of golf books on golf instruction, but there is no one book that is going to give you the secret of the answer. There are no videos from myself or anybody else that's going to give you the secret of the answer. That's why we're trying to create a system whereby we give you guidance through supervised clinics down here. And then you take the information and you learn it yourself, because you have to learn the new habits yourself. We can only demonstrate and pass on information that is good information, relative information, and customized information for what you need, the golfer, based on where you're at and where you want to go. And in this case, most of you want to stop slicing. I understand that, because over 90% of all golfers do slice the ball. Now a slice is a pattern where the ball flight is from left to right, and it's usually exaggerated. So for the golfer that has this problem, they have the path of the club coming from outside, approaching the ball, outside the target line, coming across the line with the golf club face open. And this is going to cause the ball to start a little bit left possibly, or start to the right depending on what they exactly do with their compensations, and spin more to the right. So this introduction is first of all to explain to you that you will not hit the golf ball straight. You have to get that concept out of your mind. It is really just that simple. the geometry of the swing, the fact that we're hitting a round golf ball, you're much better off with the approach and the concept that you're going to curve the ball. But you're going to control that curve, or at least you're going to have the same curve all of the time. And in this case, we're going to teach you a draw pattern, and possibly even a strong draw pattern called the hook. This will allow you to get out of your slicing habits and into a controlled ball flight that has some power. So keep in mind that your habits have been there a while, and depending on what they are and how extreme they are, it could take a while to eliminate them and build new habits and new brain memory, and when that takes over, you will be on the path to better golf. I guarantee you that. So the first concept we want to explain to you in this intro is real simple. You've all played other ball games. I use the explanation or the analogy of table tennis, which is a spinning ball game. The idea of hitting a topspin forehand is pretty normal to everybody that plays the game. The idea of possibly kicking a soccer ball with some kind of spin on it, pretty normal. In golf, for some reason, we start out thinking straight. I want to hit the golf ball straight. It seems logical because it seems like the simple way to play the game. I understand that. Unfortunately, it's wrong. And not that the curve shot that we hit doesn't go to your target area. Of course it does. It curves to your target area, and the better you get at doing what I just did with the face and the path, the tighter the curve will be, and the flight will look relatively straight. But if you have the intention of hitting it straight, and you're using your own idea of swinging straight, trying to keep the club face straight to the target, which again is that logical idea that most golfers start out with, your club face will be open. Once it's open to the target line, the ball will go to the right. A series of compensations to help the ball from going to the right will then occur. In other words, you will start to swing left. You might start to aim left. So most golfers start out with an open club face, and then they produce a setup position to make the ball go to their target. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes the ball will actually go to the left for a right-hander that's aiming left, because somehow they get their club face closed or more square to their path or square to the target when they hit the ball. So it may not creep as far or spin as far to the right. Also, it will depend on the loft of the golf club sometimes that you're using. If you have more loft, like a short iron, an 8-iron or 9-iron or a pitching wedge, there will be less side spin created from these faults in your swing. And as you go through your bag and you get into a club that has a straighter face, that's open, the ball will hit the straight face when it's open and slide directly across it. So there'll be more extremes with your long irons or your fairway metal woods, or your driver, of course, will slice the most. There's also more power or speed with your driver, so it creates a greater RPM on the spinning ball. You must understand that you will feel a little bit uncomfortable going through these adjustments. But you must stick with the process. That's why we are in a process-oriented environment to practice and train. We have some ball flight here, but we want you to focus on what's causing the ball flight, not the actual outcome. Because you might still hit some shots to the right, even with the changes that we're going to make. You must stick with the process and give it time to feel more comfortable, to get in the unconscious part of your brain so that you're not thinking about every little movement that you're making or adjusting. We're going to take you through the 4 weeks, a step-by-step plan, and each week you're accountable for practicing at least one more time. Our recommendation is 3 times a week, 30 minutes each time. You get effective practice, you will get effective results. If you don't practice, it's unlikely that the new habits will become memorized. You may also do this in your home, either by drills with a short club. I recommend you get an old club and you cut it off and put a grip on it so you have a short club that you can swing in the house with the low ceilings, or you can actually purchase short clubs that are weighted that will help you. Doing some of these drills in front of a dress mirror at home. If you have video, that is also helpful. But more than that, it's repeating the new habits over and over and over, and allowing the new habits to take place when you actually hit a golf ball without being preoccupied with the outcome or the results of the shot. And that's the most important thing over the next month as you go through this series of clinics under our supervision with the wonderful, unique systems down here that will give you accurate feedback on what it is that your club head and face are doing as it hits the golf ball. So remember, stick with the game plan, listen to some of the instruction and guidance, watch the videos that go along with this introduction, and you will stop slicing and start your path to better golf with the draw pattern. Good luck, good golfing, and remember, enjoy that hit.